Hello, welcome to the Loney Show. I'm your host, John Maloney, and in this episode, I'm not sure if we're going to have fun regulars, but we all have to wait and find out. As for our guest, she's from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's a speaker and coach. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Maria Romano.
Well, hello there. Well, it's still morning here in Las Vegas. I don't know what time it is in Manchester, but I'm delighted to be part of your show and share some of my message with your listeners.
Fantastic. So, how's life?
I'm doing life really well right now. I'm loving life.
Ah, great. And have you been up to much recently?
Have I been beat up too much? Is that what you said?
Yes?
Oh, well, no, no. I never get beat up. I think that it's all in the way that you actually look at life and perceive things. So they're challenges. That's all they are. They're not being beat up.
Okay. So tell me more about what you do.
Well, actually, so I have been in Las Vegas. I'll give you a little background. Since 1976, I moved out here with my family, and I was in the rental car business for many years. That's where I met my late husband, Frank. We were married for over 33 years, and we sold our rental car company in 2010. And I decided I needed to do something else, and I actually went to a wedding ceremony. So what happened at that time is I saw a woman perform a wedding ceremony. I said, I can do this. I can do this. So I actually got my officiant's license and I started officiating weddings. So I've been doing that for 12 years here in Las Vegas. We have lots of couples that come to the UK, from the UK to Las Vegas to get married. So it's quite a popular destination. But besides that, in 2012, my husband passed away. So a couple of years later, Peter, I was at a point where hmm, life is, I'm still young. I was in my 50s. I wanted to find love again. And I got back in the dating world. And oh my God, that was like a whole new rude awakening because it's so different as opposed to just going out and meeting people the traditional way. And being marrying people, I meet, people meet people, whether they've been working with them or through friends or, maybe through school and then of course online. So that's when I realized that there were a lot of people like me that needed to learn how to find love again. So I actually coach people how to get back in the dating world. And I also have a course that can be taken by anybody on how to officiate weddings. So I'm in the all around love business.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this for?
So the officiating has been 12 years. The working with individuals as far as, finding love again for 4 years. And I also am a speaker. I talk about the power of loving your way to the top in the workplace. So like I said, my whole brand is love.
Okay. That's nice. So tell me about what was like for you growing up.
What was it like growing up? Well, I grew up in the Bronx, New York. Okay. And I have to share with you, it was definitely, when you live in a large city, and you have everything there. What I loved about living in New York, in the Bronx in particular, is you can walk to the bakery, you can walk to the butcher, to the produce store, right? So you have a fish market, so there's so many different, there's such a variety, and I loved that atmosphere. However, I do love living in Las Vegas, but growing up in New York, you're in a melting pot, and that's what's great. You get to meet people from all walks of life, from all around the world, which I loved. So that was an experience.
Okay. Great. So what is your favorite ice cream topping?
Oh, marshmallow, melted
Hmm.
marshmallow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, yes. I'm a big fan of vanilla ice cream and marshmallow and nuts and whipped cream and cherry, maybe a tiny bit of chocolate, maybe just a smidge.
Okay. Cool, cool. How did you spend your last birthday?
Oh, I was just happened. And I was in California. I am dating somebody that I met online about 8 months ago. And we went to a fabulous restaurant in Orange, California called The Hobbit. Now, it's not what you think is the restaurant. It's you would think of The Hobbit, right? Like in Lord of the Rings, things like that. It's nothing like that. It's a
Mm.
beautiful little quaint restaurant, and they only have one seating in each evening, 5 days a week, and you have to get your reservations 3 months in advance. And I had put our name on the wait list, and guess what? We got to go. And it was a beautiful dining experience. It's a 4-hour dining experience where you go in and you have cocktails, and then you go down to their wine cellar and you have champagne and hors d'oeuvres. And then they take you upstairs, Peter, and you have your first course and your second course. And then they break and you go outside and you sit outside and you wait. And then you go in and have your main course and maybe some cognac and then dessert. What a great way. And I was with the man I love, so I can't complain.
That's great. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
You know what? I have to tell you right now, I just love living in Las Vegas, but I would love to live in California, like at Laguna, that area, just near the beach. That's where I would love to be. I just love the sunshine, and I love the peacefulness of the ocean waves.
Okay, cool, cool. If you had a tattoo right now, where would it be?
Ooh, probably on my butt cheek. On the
Okay,
right side, a little heart, I would say, but I don't have any.
okay, okay. What superpower do you wish you could have?
Well, I have to tell you, I think that I would just love to be able to fly. I think that would be just a great superpower because that way, if I can fly just as fast as the speed of light, I can be anywhere I wanted to be in the world to get to either know new people or to visit people that I can't normally visit all the time. So I would love that as a superpower.
Okay, cool, cool. Where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
Well, I will be in my 80s. And I will say that I hope to be walking along the beach and still taking yoga and what's a man that I love and enjoying and being surrounded by my family and being in good health and just really enjoying and embracing life because I love doing life with people that I love.
Ah, that's nice. Are you more of an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, I'm definitely an early bird. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I like to get everything done as soon as I can. And then I like to coast for the rest of the day.
Hmm, nice, nice. If you could switch jobs with someone else for a week, what job would you like to try?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. What job would I like to try? I think I would like to try to be president of the United States for just one day. I would like to see what it entails and the type of schedule that they are able to handle, and also to be able to be diplomatic and, of course, have great communication skills. So that would be what I would definitely say.
Nice. What bad habits do you want to get rid of?
Oh, I love to have some biscuits with my tea in the late afternoon. I am a tea person. And I think I need to give up some of the biscuits. That would be definitely a bad habit. I
Ah,
love
okay.
cookies. I love cookies. Yes. And shortbread cookies.
Yeah, don't we all? Did you have any role models growing up?
I have to say that my role models were my mother's family. She had a large family of 10 children, including herself, seven brothers and three sisters, and actually my grandmother too. And I actually loved, first of all, my grandmother, her love language, Peter, was food. Okay. And we're Italian. And that was something that I enjoyed because that was part of her legacy that she passed down. And my aunts and my mom were just, the type of individuals that were very nurturing, beautiful women. And I want to definitely say I loved emulating, and I still do emulating them and their ease at life and not being able to react to things, to just handle things in a non-stressful way.
Great. How many countries have you been to?
Well, I have been to Italy. I have been to Mexico. I have been to Kenya, which is in which is in Africa, as you know, and I have been down to Costa Rica. Yeah, I think, of course, and I live in the U.S. So those are the countries I have been in.
Great. If you have to lose one of your senses, which one would you choose to lose?
Oh, that's tough. Touch, see, hear, smell. I don't know. I mean, I probably would have to say taste because as long as I can smell and see, that would be but the taste. If that would be the least, but I want to smell it because I think the smelling makes up for it.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Who was the last person you talked to?
Actually, to my virtual assistant, Laura, who was in Montana, and I'm in Las Vegas, and we just had a Zoom meeting. I just spoke to her.
Nice. What is the best way to start the morning?
Well, there's a few things I love to do when I start the morning besides getting out of bed and brushing my teeth, right? That's the first thing. But what I love to do is I myself have a great routine. I get up, I feed my animals, I make my coffee, I take care of my two dogs. That's the animals. I have a Great Dane, if anybody's familiar with the Great Dane. And I also have a Golden Retriever, and they're both females. And I take care of them. I feed them. And then I like to have my coffee, take them for a walk. And after that, I like to just take a moment and do visualization. I've done meditating, but I think visualization is so important that we need to keep visualizing what we enjoy in life. So that's my routine. And then I'll do my exercise after that.
Okay. Nice, nice. If you were told you only had 6 months to live, how would you spend that time?
Well, I would spend that time, first of all, experiencing fabulous food. I would also experience fabulous wines because I'm a wine drinker. But really, more important to me is spending time with the people I love. And I don't know if necessarily if traveling is what I would do. I would want to just spend time with the man I love, with my children, my friends, and my grandchildren. I want to be able to leave a legacy of them remembering me.
Hmm. Interesting. Do you have any regrets in life?
No, I got to tell you, I don't have any regrets. I think that what's important is you shouldn't have any regrets. I'm the type of person, I've done things in my life. I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone. And, other people might think, wow, she's pretty bold and brazen, but that would be the regret that I would have is if I stopped doing that. And I think that's important. We're try too hard to be perfect at everything we do before we roll it out. And I've learned sometimes you just need to jump in and go do it, especially when I took that leap of faith in my 50s to become a wedding officiant. That was a very big transition. And it took me a long time to build myself up to where I am today. But I'm so grateful I took that leap of faith and also, speaking to people and speaking to people about dating and about the power of loving your way to the top. So I have to say that I
Great.
don't want to have any regrets. I will say that.
Absolutely. What natural landmark would you like to see someday?
Oh, I want to go to the pyramids in Egypt. I don't know if that's
Yes.
natural. Yeah. Is that
Oh, yeah.
considered natural?
I
I mean,
mean,
it's built.
yeah,
It's
kind of
not,
built.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to go there. It's but and I go to the Grand Canyon all the time, which we've all heard of that, which is a natural landmark where I perform wedding ceremonies. So I'm with Maverick Helicopters flies me down, and I perform the ceremony and come back. So I see that all the time. But as far as I would love to see the Great Pyramids.
Yeah. Absolutely. What's your favorite season?
We're in it. Summer. I love summer. Love, love, love summer because the days are long. It's warm. It's beautiful. In Las Vegas, we have a little bit of rain, but not a lot. I just love this time of year. I would wish we could have summer all year long.
Yeah. Same. And speaking of which, I may actually want to move to Brazil someday because year round it's always hot, it's always sunny, and oh, there's a bit of a rainy season in the northeast, but yeah, I love the hot weather.
Well, you have to like the humidity too down in Brazil, just like Costa Mesa. I mean, I loved it, but again, you have to be able to tolerate the humidity. That's the difference. But where you're from, you have high humidity anyway.
Yeah, of course. Would you rather be really hot or really cold?
Well, I think I sort of answered that question, didn't I?
Oh yeah,
Sort of. I'm in the heat, but I do have to tell you, I still rather be hot. I don't
yeah,
know why. I think cold just you really shiver too much and everything gets wrinkled. Like you ever look at your fingertips when you're cold? They get so wrinkled.
yeah. If you could erase one past experience, what would it be?
If I could repeat that, please.
If you could erase one past experience, what would it be?
Oh, wow. One past experience. Well, I met somebody in my life after my late husband that experience was not a good experience. And that would be one experience that I would definitely, an ex boyfriend. I would like to remove that experience.
Yes, don't we all?
It's true.
Oh yes, absolutely. Would you rather speak all languages or talk to animals?
Oh gosh, that's a toughie, huh? I mean, imagine talking to animals. I don't know. I would love to hear what animals have to say. Love to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, me too.
Could you imagine a giraffe or a zebra or a gazelle or a lion sharing what has been going on in their life and how they view it from their eyes? That would be
Yeah.
amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh yes, it sure will be. What has been a funny moment in your life?
Hmm, a fun moment. Oh, I have to tell you, we were watching the guy, I'm in a relationship. We were watching, we wanted to watch the series on Netflix called The Offering, which is the making of the movie of the God, behind the scenes of the movie of The Godfather. I'm sure you've heard of The Godfather. That's a
Yeah,
film
yeah,
that's
it's
been
a
around,
pretty
right?
iconic movie. Yeah.
Right, it is an iconic movie. So what's interesting is they have this behind the scenes series, and it's like 10 episodes. So I've put it on, clicked it on, and I didn't realize we were watching the last episode. That blew the whole thing.
Dang.
Oh, it was funny. It was a funny moment. I had to laugh at myself. What can I tell you?
Oh yeah, that was certainly funny. That's for sure. Do you ever travel often?
Well, right now I've been going back and forth to California because I'm in Las Vegas, and the gentleman that I have been dating lives in California. So he comes here quite a bit, and then I go there. But right now, and I'm hoping we'll go to New York City at the end of this year. And then, of course, we're going to plan to do something, I think, in Europe or someplace in 2023. I hope to definitely get out there. He also grew up in Kent.
Hmm.
So, yes, yes.
Okay. Kent. I knew
Okay, well,
that sounds familiar.
he's from India originally, but when he was 7, they moved to Kent. So, yes.
Ah, of course. That's very nice. What has been the highlight of your week?
Well, you know what? The highlight of my week right now has been the wedding ceremonies that I perform. I will tell you, I did about 22 wedding ceremonies already from Friday to today, 23 maybe. I have more to go, and just seeing these people that are so in love and committed to each other. I think that's what I truly, truly enjoy. And when they walk away, and I finish this, and they tell me that I made their day. I really spoke to them. Those are the highlights for me.
Yeah, it's always beautiful. What is something you disagree with most frequently?
You know what I disagree with? I disagree with if somebody doesn't really know how to articulate or communicate. I think what happens is we meet people in our lives or we have relationships, and sometimes we just have a hard time formulating our feelings. And I think that's very important, to be able to share your feelings with people that you love, people that you're in relationships, whether it's personally or professionally. So that's something people say, well, I'd rather not say that because, I don't want to rock the boat. And I really don't. I have to disagree with that. I think that sometimes you have to address the white elephant in the room, no matter what the outcome is.
Exactly. You got to be open if you ever want to get issues to be resolved.
Exactly.
Yeah, indeed. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Well, I have 2 dogs. I think you could say I am more a dog person.
Of course. Absolutely. Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
I want to say that I did. When I was younger, I was at my great aunt's house. It was an apartment in back east in the Bronx. And we were sleeping in the bed together, and we both opened our eyes, and there was almost like this beautiful shining, we call it the Holy Spirit, like the bird. And we both looked at each other because it wasn't coming from the window or anything like that. So we felt it was God guiding us. That was one of the paranormal experiences I've had.
Wow. Incredible.
Oh, and I did have another one. I've really felt that there was a time after my husband passed away, and I was going to interview. I was going down to Florida to talk to some people about, again, being affiliated with the car rental business. And I felt like I woke up and he was right in the bedroom, and he said, "You need to leave the car rental business." And I did. That was like really surreal for me. I felt like he was right there. I don't know if it was subconsciously, but I thought it was.
Okay. Have you ever thought about living off the grid?
Heck no. I hear about people that want to live off the grid, but you know what? I want to live around people. I want to know that I can get to a hospital right away. I can go have a great bite to eat or go to the store. I don't want to live isolated. Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Understandable. Would you consider yourself an extrovert or an introvert?
Well, technically, I am an introvert, but I've had to turn around and become an extrovert in lots of ways. So I'm more of an introvert. I'm a Cancer sign as well. So I love being at home. I love the nurturing. I love having my family and friends close to me. So I'm more of an introvert, but when you meet me on the outside, you would never know it.
Okay. What was the last book you've read?
Well, I'm in the middle of actually reading this book called The Power of One More by Ed Milet. I'm almost done, and I love this book. It's about transforming your thoughts, your feelings, and pushing yourself one more time.
Nice, nice. Which game show would you do best on?
I don't think I'd be good on any game show. How about if you resurrected the dating game? Maybe I can be on that game show.
Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, that makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah, that would be one.
Oh, yes. What's the most useful thing you own?
Most useful thing I own. Well, talking to a girl here is a makeup mirror. I can put my makeup on and see myself.
Ah, yes. Nice, nice. What restaurant do you often eat at most?
Well, there's a little Italian restaurant in Las Vegas called Nora's, and I love that restaurant. And they have really authentic, but really what I call clean food, where it's not over spiced and over sauced. So it's called Nora's in Las Vegas. I love that place.
Okay, nice, nice. If someone wrote a book about you, what do you think its title would be?
Fearless.
Ah, yes. Fearless. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I would say fearless because I do step out of my comfort zone. So even though I might not always like the outcome, I still do it. I don't want to be shoulda, woulda, coulda when I'm on my deathbed, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that makes sense. If you had to bury a treasure chest, where would you bury it or hide it?
If I had to bury a treasure chest, well, I'd have to find someplace in. I don't know if I'd do my backyard because I think that's where people would most likely go. So I would think in my front yard someplace, like near my front door. That's where I would bury it.
Okay. Interesting. Very convenient. What is something you can never seem to finish?
Housework. I think cleaning the house is never finished. It's something that's never ever done. And whenever you see something, you do it, then you see something else. So that's never ending as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Is there a song that you really like, but most people just don't like?
Gosh, excuse me. I think music is very subjective, what you like. And I love songs. So again, being in the business, and some people don't like love songs. Some people like sappy, songs about broken hearts. And I only like the happy love songs.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Different people like different kinds of music, and that's okay.
Yeah, and it seems to heal the soul. I think whatever music that you listen to, I think definitely music definitely heals the soul. It definitely touches the soul. And sometimes that is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is listen to some great music and feel like whatever was going on in your life, you kind of resolved it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is all we have for this episode. It's great having here, Maria, talking about your works as a wedding initiator and the sort of things, and talk about everything else. It's been amazing.
And I'll tell you, it was amazing. Just your questions were great. And please send me the link. And I believe you have my information to share with any of your listeners if there's any questions they might have. My email address, I know you have. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm very accessible. And I think that's very important to be accessible to people.
Absolutely. And until next time, stay tuned for more.